Have you ever noticed how some women seem to get more beautiful with age? Not in spite of their years, but because of them? At 73, Isabel Preysler walks into a room and turns heads, not because she's trying to look young, but because she's perfected the art of looking like herself. The irony? She's doing exactly what so many of us are afraid to do. She's aging forward, not backward. And what if I told you that her secret has nothing to do with expensive procedures or pretending the years didn't happen? What if glamour at any age is actually about something far more powerful, knowing who you are and dressing that woman with intention? Today, we're exploring how Isabel Preysler, a woman who's lived 1,000 fabulous lives, has created a timeless approach to style that women like us can use, starting right now. Stick with me, because this changes everything. 1. The power of presence. Isabel Preysler doesn't just wear clothes. She wears confidence like a second skin. And here's what matters. Confidence at 73 looks completely different than confidence at 27. It's quieter. It's more assured. It doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. When we look at Isabel, what we're really seeing is a woman who has decided that her life, all of it, every chapter, is worth celebrating. She's a former model, a television presenter, a style icon, and a woman who's loved deeply and lived fully. None of that disappeared when she turned 50 or 60 or 70. It all layered on top of each other, creating depth. This is the first lesson. Your presence matters more than your age. The women who turn heads aren't always the youngest in the room. They're the ones who've decided they belong there. They stand taller. They smile easier. They're comfortable in their own skin because they've earned it. When you walk into a room wearing that kind of confidence, the confidence that comes from living, learning, and becoming, suddenly, age becomes irrelevant. It becomes invisible. What becomes visible instead is you, in all your accumulated beauty. Number 2, timeless elegance over trends. Isabel Preysler has mastered something we often overlook, the difference between being fashionable and being elegant. Fashion is what everyone is wearing. Elegance is what you choose to wear, regardless of what everyone else is doing. Look at her approach. Clean lines, neutral palettes, classic silhouettes that whisper rather than shout, a well-tailored blazer, perfectly fitted trousers, a simple white shirt that seems effortless but is actually intentional. These aren't trend pieces. They're investments in a vocabulary that works across decades. Here's why this matters for us. Trends can be cruel to women over 50. They change rapidly, they often emphasize youth-oriented aesthetics, and chasing them can feel exhausting. But timeless pieces? They're reliable friends. They grow more valuable with time, just like we do. Isabel's wardrobe is built on pieces that were elegant in 1995 and remain elegant today. A cream-colored cashmere sweater, tailored denim, a structured handbag in black or cognac, simple jewelry that catches light without demanding attention. The freedom in this approach is profound. You're not shopping constantly or feeling outdated. You're building a life around pieces that honor your style, your budget, and your dignity. 3. The magic of tailoring. If there's one secret hiding in plain sight, it's this. Tailoring is everything. And at 73, Isabel Preysler knows that a perfectly tailored garment is worth 10 trendy pieces that don't fit quite right. Our bodies change. That's not a tragedy. That's life. What matters is that our clothes adapt to honor those changes with grace. Isabel wears structured, well-fitting pieces because she understands that loose, shapeless clothing doesn't hide age. It actually emphasizes it. Properly tailored pieces create clean lines and flattering silhouettes that make us look and feel better. Think about it. A blazer that fits your shoulders perfectly and hits just below your hip, it becomes armor and elegance at once. Trousers that skim your body without clinging, they ground you. A dress that respects your shape while celebrating it, pure confidence. Tailoring is an investment, yes, but consider it an investment in feeling like yourself. When your clothes fit your body, your real current body, suddenly everything shifts. You move differently, you breathe easier, you stop thinking about whether something works, and start thinking about where you're going. This is the gift Isabel gives us. Permission to work with our bodies as they are, not as we wish them to be. 4. Color as a statement. While Isabel often gravitates toward a refined palette of neutrals, there's something crucial we must understand. She doesn't hide behind them. Her use of color is deliberate, sophisticated, and entirely her own. She understands that color at our age isn't about being bold or blending in. It's about being strategic. A sophisticated burgundy instead of hot pink. A rich cream instead of stark white, a deep navy instead of black. These choices say, I know what I like, and I know what works for me. Color psychology matters more than we realize. When you wear colors that reflect your skin tone, your eye color, and your personal essence, something magical happens. People respond to you differently because you're literally glowing. You're not fighting against yourself, you're working with yourself. Isabel's palette often includes warm neutrals, taupes, cognacs, chocolates, alongside jewel tones like emerald or sapphire. These colors have gravity. They command respect. They say this woman has arrived. The practice? Identify your undertone, warm, cool, or neutral. Experiment with colors that make your skin luminous rather than pale. Notice which shades make your eyes brighter. Those are your colors. Own them. Return to them. Build your wardrobe around them. 5 accessories. The finishing touch. Here's a question. What separates someone who simply gets dressed from someone who curates an appearance? Often it's accessories. And Isabel Preysler is a master at this silent art. She doesn't over-accessorize. There's no jewelry clutter or competing details. Instead, each piece serves a purpose. A classic watch that keeps perfect time and looks beautiful doing it. Earrings that frame her face without overwhelming it. Often simple drops or elegant studs. A leather bag that speaks of quality and timelessness. Sunglasses chosen with intention, not just protection. Accessories are where personality emerges. They're the place where you get to break your own rules. A simple outfit becomes infinitely more interesting when you add a silk scarf, worn just so. A structured blazer gains dimension with the right jewelry. A neutral sweater comes alive with a meaningful piece you've loved for years. The permission here is radical. Invest in one beautiful leather bag you truly love rather than 5 mediocre ones. Choose jewelry that makes you feel like yourself rather than what you think you should wear. Select a signature scent that becomes part of your identity. These touch points create a narrative. They whisper a story about who you are without saying a single word. 6. Aging into your best self. There's something Isabel Preysler does that most of us never consider. She celebrates the evidence of her life instead of erasing it. That's not rebellion. That's enlightenment. At 73, Isabel Preysler doesn't pretend to be 40. She isn't trying to hide the years. Instead, she's allowing them to inform her choices. Her makeup is impeccable but never overdone. It enhances her features, not erases them. Her hair is styled with intention, whether it's in its natural color or carefully colored. Her skin is cared for, luminous, and authentically hers. This shifts everything. When we stop fighting our age and start honoring it, we free up enormous emotional energy. We're no longer constantly anxious about whether we're pulling off youth. We're simply showing up as the women we've become. Aging into your best self means skincare that works for mature skin. Hydrating, nourishing, respectful. It means movement and posture that comes from strength, not attempt to appear smaller. It means allowing wisdom to show in your face, your stance, your choices. Isabel teaches us that glamour isn't about youth. It's about authenticity, seasoned with intention. It's about being so comfortable with yourself that your presence precedes your appearance. And that, dear ones, is a kind of beauty that simply grows stronger with time. 7. Building your signature style. So how do we take Isabel Preysler's lessons and make them our own? How do we move from admiration to action, from inspiration to integration? Start with observation. Spend a week noticing what you reach for. Which pieces make you feel like yourself? Which colors light you up? Which styles make you stand taller? These aren't random choices. They're clues to your signature. Next, edit ruthlessly. Remove the pieces that don't serve you. Remove the items you're keeping just in case or for the woman you think you should be. Keep only pieces that make you feel capable, beautiful, and authentically you. Then invest slowly and intentionally. One perfect blazer. One pair of trousers that fit like they were made for you. One beautiful sweater. These become your foundation, your building blocks. Finally, accessorize with purpose. Choose pieces that tell your story, whether that's jewelry inherited from your mother, a watch that's been with you for decades, or a scarf that makes you smile every time you tie it. Your signature style isn't about copying Isabel Preysler. It's about understanding the principles she's mastered. Timelessness, fit, intention, authenticity, and expressing them as you. That's how glamour becomes ageless. That's how you become unforgettable.